Hi, this is Buck at SoCal Motorcycle Services here in sunny San Diego. Today's project is a 2006 Harley Davidson Dyna Street Bob. It was the first year of the Street Bobs, and fantastic bikes. I owned one for several years, actually 10 years. And absolutely love the bike, love the way it performs. It was the first Harley with the 6-speed transmission, which is very nice. Still it's a twin cam 88. In 97 they went to the 96. But fantastic bike. The customer called me and had a problem that he said his starter wasn't engaging. So I told him, bring it in, take a look at it. So he brought it in, and like he said, the starter just wouldn't engage. You would press the button and you would hear something turning, but it wasn't turning the engine over. It was making a pretty bad noise. You'll see later on in the video how things work out. But here's the bike. Fantastic bike. And stay tuned and we'll tell you what was going on with it. This is the 2006 Street Bob, Harley Davidson Street Bob. One of my favorites. I love the 2006 Street Bobs. This is what it looks like. And then let me show you and let you hear what noise it's making. And it's going to be coming from the starter area. So I press a start button and all I hear is this. So something in there is stripped. So I'm going to remove the primary cover and check things out. I'll come back after I open it up. Okay, here is the primary. Your starter's back here. This is your primary. The first thing you want to do is drain the oil. Use a 5/8" ratchet. Take out the drain plug, located right under here. Drain it out. You should have around a quart of oil in there. I like to use a little bit less, but should be about a quart of oil. Then you go and watch my motorcycle tool video and get your T-handle and a 3/16 socket Allen. You take off all the bolts around the cover, so you don't need to take these off now. You take off, there's two types of bolts. You'll have long ones. These are the front four. You have 4 of these. And then the rest will be short ones. The rest around here. Loosen them in a crosshatch pattern and take them out. I've already drained the oil, so you don't have to watch that. I've already taken out all the bolts but one. So this is primary. Your clutch is back here. Your stator, which is your alternator basically, and rotor are up here, and both are connected by a primary chain, which is in here. Even though Harleys have belt drive, final drive, they all have the primary chain that takes the engine from the crankshaft, the power from the crankshaft, transfers it to the clutch. So let's pop it open and see what we can see was causing that noise. So I take off the last bolt. See how easy it is using a socket and T-handle. And then let's hold that there for a second. Put the bolt down. And then this whole primary cover will slide off. There's a gasket. Sometimes the gasket gets stuck to the case side. Sometimes it's on the cover, and then you want to make sure you see these two dowel pins. Sometimes they get stuck on the cover and they're on there. Sometimes they stay on the engine. So we got 1, 2. You don't want to lose those. They line up the primary, and they just make things tight. And you don't want to drop one in there and lock it up, because that would be bad. Okay, so I'm going to put this cover down so it's not to be scratched. And then we will take a look at the primary. And this is your clutch pack. This is your that's your rotor and stator and flywheel. And right now, this is your primary chain. This is your automatic primary chain adjuster. I see what's wrong already. If you could look at, see how the chain's not centered on the primary chain adjuster? That's bad. And then I look, and right here, this is supposed to be about 150 foot-pounds. I am twisting it with my fingers. So his compensator, this is called the compensator, it takes out the power pulses of the motor, and this bolt goes in through the compensator, the front sprocket, through the compensator, through the flywheel, which is also the rotor, your magnets for your charging system, and the stator is behind it. So that is definitely wow. They have a tendency to loosen up a lot. But it's, yeah, I'm glad this, when he was riding it, he felt some weird vibrations. So he pulled over and had it towed home because he didn't want to cause any problems. And, oh yeah, he would have caused some problems. So, what I'll do is take off that bolt, check to make sure the compensator is indexed correctly and put together correctly, tighten things up, and I believe that will solve our problem. And I'll examine the primary chain tensioner, because it looks like it doesn't look too really worn, and you can tell down here how it's supposed to be centered on that nylon block, and it's hanging off. So that right there, and so the starter was spinning, and probably just spinning this and not turning the engine over. I bet you the compensator was slipping. So I'll check out the compensator as well. All right, stay tuned. Okay, so we put everything back together again. Let's see how she starts. Sounds good to me. Sounds great. Okay, all put back together again. Let me tell you what I did. As you saw, the compensator bolt was loose. It's supposed to be very tight. It was loose. They loosened up. So what we did was we took off the compensator bolt, took off the compensator, made sure everything was looking good and wasn't worn or anything. Did a stator test. It didn't eat up the stator or anything. It didn't come out enough. If he kept riding it though, it would have I'm glad he had it towed here because it would have eaten the primary up. But turned out very well. I removed the chain tensioner, then I took off the compensator. I removed the bolt with my finger because I didn't have to use a tool. Inspected everything, put it back together again. I used a new compensator bolt because a lot of times they're stretched to yield, so it's not a good policy to reuse them. So I put everything back together again, put in a new compensator bolt using red Loctite. Gotta use red Loctite. I used the gel, it seems a lot better. Put in the primary chain, put on a new gasket. We use Cometic gaskets at the shop. We love them. They're steel impregnated with rubber, so they rarely, if ever, leak. I've never had one leak. Put in some, I use Mobile One 2050 for V-twins. Put that in the primary. You put in just a tad less than a quart, and put everything was back. I did a full service on the bike because the oil hasn't been changed in a while, and you saw yourself, it starts right up now. It's a hoot to ride too. It's fun. The bike has a Thunderstorm header on it, one of my favorite exhausts, and it just runs so good. A small job like this could have turned into a huge project if that bolt would have let loose while he was riding. He would have ripped up probably everything in the primary, clutch basket, compensator. So everything is great. He's coming to pick the bike up tomorrow, and all is well. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. Leave any comments. Also, please subscribe, like, and share the video. As always, it was great having you along with this little project, and I look forward to the next one. Probably going to do a video on installing some bars on a road glide. We're going to try some new bars, some fat baggers, easy install bars. We'll see how that goes. So stay tuned for the video, and we'll see you later. Bye.